Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash. Alright, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, this is the brother Zion Amar from the GMS Detroit Bar Camp. And just coming with another lesson through the spirit, I wish I could pull it up really quick. Matter of fact, let's see. Lord, I'll put this link in the description box. But I was looking at a video from RT. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep. This video right here in particular. Salaki, I'm just, I'm putting it up raw. But this guy Rick Sanchez, he was going in on the so-called white man, Esau Edom, basically going in on how anywhere Esau goes, destruction follows. He's basically as we always say, he's proven himself to be the cancer of the earth, right? That anywhere he spreads his tentacles, like I say, hell follows. And that's on point with the scriptures, Matter of fact, let me bring that back, because here in the title it says U.S. meddling in Latin America, where CNN never let Rick Sanchez report. I say that just to cover that, just in that statement alone shows how, the news over here in the States is fluff news in comparison to the news that they bring out overseas. Because, hey, even though the so-called white man, he runs all these networks, right? But, we're basically in the time for truth to come forth. So through the spirit, the Most High set it up, for things to leak out. Because, hey, you only can keep a lid on the life for oh so long, Eventually things have to be exposed, and that's what this guy Rick Sanchez was doing. Talking about, let me see if it's in the link here. But he was just naming, like I said, I put this link in the description box, but he was just naming all the so-called, Latin countries, that Esau puts his hands into, it becomes a hellhole. And basically Esau, he robs all the nations, far and wide, from one end of the earth to the other end, for their resources. And that's what this guy was going into, as Esau going down into Honduras and Brazil, Venezuela, and all those, Latin countries. He was basically, speaking those peaceable words as if, he means goodwill, or he has good intentions, I'll say, on the, at the first. But at the end of the day, all these Latin countries, they beginning to see and have seen, how this devil gets over. So in fact, I wanted to read this, because it said the U.S. All right, hey, the U.S. Right, they're the hammer of the earth, aka Babylon, as the scriptures prophesy them to be. Everyone has to admit that, U.S. basically runs everything. It's no coincidence, that it's U.S. embassies. They got of all embassies, the United States or America has the most embassies out of any nation. All right, and who's running that nation? And it's the so-called white man. So with that, I wanted to read this. This is Job. All right, Job 9:24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" All right, so if the so-called white man, all right, or if America is not running the earth, okay, aka Babylon, as the scriptures prescribe, all right, then who's doing it? All right, just through process of elimination, you have to ask yourself, all right. It should be easy to see. It's definitely not, even though we know China is a superpower, they spend billions of dollars, in certain countries, this and that, but hey, it doesn't even compare, all right, to what the so-called white man got going on, all right. It's not the Africans, all right. It's not, it's not even the so-called Arabians, Arabs, Ishmael. It's not even them, and they got a lot of money. But as far as having control of the earth, is the so-called white man. All right. Now, let me get this really quick. I want to say, I think it's Psalm 62. I think it's Psalms 55. Let's just do this. Yeah. Psalms 55:21. It said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Right. Because, hey, even though he talk a good game, what is on his mind, okay? Because that word heart deals with your mind. Because hey, that's where your spirit dwells, okay? That's where your true intentions come from your spirit, which is, your mind. All right. So even though he'll say whatever it takes, to get his foot in the door to deceive you. But at the end of the day, he's looking to destroy you. It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Because hey, that's the blessing, okay, of the so-called white man. The sword. Alright, the word sword, alright, it's a tool, it's a tool of destruction. Alright, it doesn't even have to be from a physical standpoint. Alright, it can be, alright, because Esau, he destroys the nations, through his chemtrails, alright, through his through his medicine, right? You got the Food and Drug Administration that's under the same umbrella, which that's a question in itself. Like, what do those two things have in common? What does food have to do with drugs? Right? Food is supposed to nourish you, but not this food over here. Hey, a lot of the chemicals that's in our foods, right, here in Babylon are they're banned in other countries. Hell, you would be hauled off and taken to jail. You would be a prisoner. It's considered basically contraband. All right, because the chemicals that's over here in the foods that we eat in the States they're that deadly, they're that poisonous. And hey, only a devil would do such a thing. when he comes up with, genetically modified, organisms, right? Food that's created out of a lab, right? Seed, you got all this seedless fruits. You'd be hard pressed to find any, true fruit. I mean, hell, it's hard enough even to find a watermelon, a seeded watermelon, let alone, if it be grapes or what else? Grapes or oranges, right? It's like, what are you doing with the food, Esau? And basically, hey, he's a devil, which means to deceive. So in that, hey, he counterfeits everything that the Most High set up. Everything. So nothing is genuine. Nothing is pure here in this wicked ass kingdom. And hey, the whole world is fully aware of Esau's tactics, of his tricks, of his lying words, of his deceit. Alright? And that's why America is falling. Alright? Because the Most High, through the Spirit, has the men, his elect, his hopeful elect, alright, set up to expose this devil. So, us being, Lord willing, of that number, we don't have to get physical, because that's not our blessing. Our blessing is the law, statutes, and commandments, right? And the prophecies, okay? So in that's all we got to do. All we got to do is share the words of the Heavenly Father, right? And the Most High, he's going to do the rest. He's the one that's going to tear Esau down, all right? All right, start with Yahweh Shai, okay? And the holy angels, right? The chief archangel, Michael, right? That's going to stand up, okay, for our nation, right? We don't have to get physical. We ain't got to fight. But, even though that's the case, Esau's still going to be a devil. He's going to use his media, his media, all right, his witchcraft through words to try to deceive the people into thinking that we're some type of, new military hate group or whatever. When it's not us that's showing hate, we just speaking truth. But through your actions, Esau, so-called white man, he's the one that shows hate. He shows physical hate. Alright? Because again, only a devil will poison the air that you breathe. Okay, he gotta breathe that same air, but yet he'll poison the air. He'll poison the water that you drink. You can't even bathe and shower in good clean water. You can't even drink good clean water. When water's supposed to be free. Right, and that's the point in itself. That he charges you for bottled water. Like, what is that about? So I mean, I don't want to be long-winded or rambling, but I just wanted to bring that out. Lord willing, like I say, I will put this link in the description box. And hey, with that, I want to give all praises, right, to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the Achaemen's pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the